You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen.
Good morning and welcome back to Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio's Around Atlanta edition. I'm your host, Carol Morgan, and I'd like to give a special thanks to our 2022 show sponsor, New American Funding. It is thanks to them that this show is possible. We have a repeat guest, actually two repeat guests in the studio today, talking about a really fun event that is back in person this year. So let's welcome Jessica Merriman, founder and co-chair, and Chris Stuckey, co-chair of MomoCon to the show. Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much.
Very happy to have you both here. Well, let's just jump in because I know you've got a ton going on. Maybe Jessica, you want to start us off with a quick overview of MomoCon, when it is, where it is, all of that?
Absolutely. MomoCon is an animation, gaming, and comic convention. We feature a lot of big highlights like a huge vendor hall, celebrity guests, video game tournaments, a huge free play arcade, and we do run long hours, and we take place May 26th through 29th at the Georgia World Congress Center in downtown Atlanta. Building B, which is their largest building. We're kind of excited. We're moving into a bigger building this year. And you can find out more about it at momocon.com. That's MOMOCON.com.
Super fun. Well, I know everybody's looking forward to going to it in person again this year. Talk about what's new at MomoCon this year.
Well, so for MomoCon, we've moved to Hall B of the Georgia World Congress Center, which is basically twice as much space as we had in 2019. That's a pretty big deal, especially in a time where people still are not wanting to be exactly right on top of each other. And so there's so much more space to move around, and that's given us more opportunity to bring in different highlighted events as well as different groups that we partner with. One of the groups that we're partnering with is actually a Stranglehold Wrestling. It's a professional wrestling group, and we'll actually have live wrestling during all 4 days of the event. It'll have its own storyline, and it's actually going to be very exciting to actually have, I believe I was told, about 40 different people wrestling over the weekend. So it's a lot of different options. And we also have some of the classic wrestlers that are coming out as well, like Sergeant Slaughter and what's one of the other ones, Jess?
Kane.
Oh, interesting. So, that's a lot more space, twice the space. So wrestling and you mentioned events, what other events will be going on in that space?
Yeah, so we've got some other partners that are coming in for more of the kind of gaming areas, if you will, in both the esports areas as well as the tabletop gaming area. So we've got more activations. We're looking to have probably about several esports teams have their presidents on site, as well as more tournaments and events. This is the first year we've ever done a Mario Kart tournament, on the Switch, because it requires one match is going to be like a full 12 people playing at the same time. So it requires a lot of production in order to broadcast. And we're also really excited about, partnering with more of the tabletop groups. So we actually have a huge card gaming area. I've done more card gaming than we've ever had before. And beyond that, there's just new partners all around. I mean, the exhibit hall has, significantly more people. I checked the other day, we got over 400 different exhibiting groups.
Wow.
In our hall. We have, over 800 hours of programming content over the 4 days. And we actually have, essentially, I think what was the numeric we were using before? Was it 2 IKEA's worth of space is what we talked about? I think is a joke. It's just
a lot of space. Well, I know one of the things that people love the most about MomoCon is cosplay. So what characters are the most popular this year? Who should you expect to see at this year's show?
There's a lot of cosplay out there, but there's certain shows that are definitely take the cosplay world by storm. Right now, in the anime space, it's definitely Demon Slayer. I probably have seen more Demon Slayer cosplay than anything this year, and we'll certainly see a ton of it at MomoCon. And also there's a video game called Genshin Impact. And There are a ton of people cosplaying these hugely elaborate costumes from, I believe it's a Chinese video game.
And perennially popular are like Spider-Man, and every time there's a new movie, even like 8 months later, we're going to see like a ton of people wearing Spider-Man outfits. We've seen more trends whenever there's something in recent, like a recent popular movie or something like that. And so, I believe May 8th, I want to say, is when Doctor Strange comes out. And so we've got that as well. It'll probably drive more popularity of a lot of our comics characters as well. So
That'll be so much fun. Well, are either of you dressing up this year?
We usually do not dress up for the show because we've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is try to actually have a serious conversation with somebody if you're in cosplay and try to get something done. It's too much of that on the side.
I don't know. I think you both could pull off the wizard because you're pulling off this huge event, so you could both be wizards. Well, you talked about gaming and the expansion of gaming. I think the figure I saw was 300,000 square feet of gaming.
Yes.
Talk a little bit more about what's going on in that space.
So in MomoCon 2019, we had all of the gaming in about 100,000 square feet of space. So it's about 3 times the space for just the gaming content. And what reality is that, so tabletop gaming is where you actually have your board games, are people playing. And these board games are like, the Settlers of Catan type more than Monopoly, just for
right.
effort.
Yeah.
And then we have card games like Magic the Gathering, and then role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. Now, all those things share one thing, which is they don't like having a lot of loud noise right next to them. It's not particularly conducive to the environment. Now,
right.
That was something we weren't able to really separate out from the digital gaming too far. I mean, they weren't next to each other, but you could still hear the digital gaming right next to it. One of the big things that this move is giving us is that we actually have a tabletop hall, so that people that are interested in tabletop do not have the digital gaming noises present next to them. And we actually have our digital gaming hall, which is more of our gaming free play, and that's PC free play as well as console free play, streaming booths, working with some VR groups for VR free play as well. And we even have like a handheld lounge and other things in that space. Then we have the esports hall, and that has multiple esports stages, as well as I said before, some of the esports teams coming out. And we have partners that we're working on for those stages and doing, I think we're around 10 different games this year that we're competing in. And in 2019, we were the 5th largest worldwide Smash Ultimate tournament. We're hoping to have a kind of repeat and scale and size for that event. And like I said, we do Mario Kart for the first time. So the esports hall will have a lot of our competing activities, but you don't need to compete in those games to participate. You can go and watch. We've got seating. You can meet some of the best people in the world for those titles.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine the people building their kingdoms in Catan will enjoy a little quieter space to build that. I know was watching my sister and her significant other play this past weekend, and it was really fun to see them get all into that and build their kingdoms and their castles and their abbeys and what all goes into that. So kind of fun. Well, you also have a career expo planned, right? Is that concurrent with or before, or when's that, and who should attend?
So that is planned for Thursday of the event.
Okay.
We have that will take place kind of starting in the morning and going until mid-afternoon, or like 10 until, I think it's at least 2, but we've decided to maybe extend it this year. We're just working out the final details on the exact end time, but be there between 10 and 2 if you can. And we're going to have hopefully an extended period of time.
So bring your resume, bring a business card. What should people bring? And do they need to sign up in advance if they're coming and looking for a job?
They don't have to sign up in advance, but we do have a sign up so we can get an idea of the number of people and also get an idea of what kind of companies they're trying to look for. And so we can use that for future years data. And when we talk about the actual, show up, there's no cost. Certainly you should have at least work dress, if not, professional or semi-professional dress. As much people, can show up in cosplay if they wanted to, it's not really the environment for it, right?
Right. That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we encourage that to dress, again, like you're trying to get a job. And from the other perspective, kind of companies, if you're a company hiring right now, we are still looking for companies that are interested in participating. The only thing that we generally ask is that you have some interest in the broader world of entertainment, whether it's video games, animation, comics, and in the sense of not you personally, but the company has some role, because we try to stick to the idea that we are helping bring passionate people into careers that they really want to be in.
Yeah, I love that. And there's so many great jobs out there and people still looking. So, having that career expo to play matchmaker is necessary. And thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, what is this year's lineup for music and entertainment?
We've got a lot going on. We actually have over 100 guests and performers right now on the website. So it's a lot of stuff. In addition to celebrities, we also have people who are craftspeople. They're professional cosplayers. We have professional comic book artists and writers, people that have created some of the most memorable comics that are out there. In addition to that, we have a lot of performances. We have the Anime Rap Takeover Tour. We have Mega Ran and Richie Branson, who are some video game performers. Like, they do video game themed music and things like that. We have the Triforce Quartet, which is a string quartet that plays video game music in a classical style. We have Super Soul Brothers, which is a swing band that plays video game themed music in that kind of style. And then we have some other competitions that are more fan driven. So we have a Disney singing contest where people submitted before March, and we have 10 finalists, and they'll all compete to win a ticket to Walt Disney World as the #1 grand prize, and that's on Saturday. But we have musical events every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like Sunday, our highlight is the giant taiko drums. We have taiko drum performers that are coming up from Orlando. They're the same ones that perform in Epcot to do a big show.
Now that sounds like a lot of fun. All of that, from the Disney contest to, all the different musicians. Well, I keep thinking, this is a huge event and it's at the Georgia World Congress Center. People are going to go and spend all day or all of several days there. What about food? What options are there to eat?
Well, next door to the Georgia World Congress Center is the CNN Center, which has some options there. There's also a plethora of restaurants kind of in the downtown area that have a lot of different options. Honestly, my favorite German restaurant in town is downtown, walking distance from the venue.
Excellent.
So it's a lot of good options. In addition, the venue will have some options themselves. Our hotels will all have different options for folks. And there's even like some nicer options. There's a really nice higher end Mexican place that's over next to the Embassy Suites. That's actually pretty cool.
Cool. So what haven't I asked that I should have asked, or what else would you all like to share about this year's event?
Well, one of the I guess key things that we want to get across is that MomoCon, has the intention to be available for anyone to come in. Like, one of the most key things about our event compared to a lot of events that they might seem like intimidating to get into, it's pretty easy for somebody to come down from MomoCon even for the day. We aim to have something that's interesting and entertaining to at least everybody possible. And especially if you're a fan of anything and kind of entertainment more broadly, we try to actually have a bit of a touch base there with just about every fan. And you can meet fellow fans, you can watch great cosplay, you can participate in panels, you can play games. It's just there's like I said, 800 hours of content. There's pretty much something for everybody there.
I mean, I think even if you just went and people watch, talk about great fun, to see everybody dressed up in cosplay. I know, it's great entertainment and fun to meet people and go play some video games and see what it's all about. So for people who want to attend, how can they register? Should they, register and buy tickets in advance?
Absolutely. It is an early bird discount right now. If you purchase before, I think it's the first week of May. You can check out registration at momocon.com/registration. It is available for single days, for 4 days, whatever you need. We also have the ability for people to skip the registration line pickup. If they order before May 1st, they can get a mailed option badge and have the badge mailed to their home. The mails are sent at the beginning of May, so they just pop it on and walk right in. No waiting, no muss, no fuss. But all of that is available on our website. We also have pre-orders for t-shirts and plushes. We have ways for people to sign up for tournament games, or some events have some free sign up, like card game tournaments and other things like that. So all of that is on our website, momocon.com.
I like the idea of t-shirts. I guess that makes me wonder, are there other things available for sale at MomoCon?
Absolutely. Our giant vendor hall has hundreds of vendors and artists of all types. And for MomoCon specific type stuff, we have everything from t-shirts to chopsticks to dice bags to all kinds of different stuff. I believe we'll have an esports jersey. We have one type of esports jersey, and we're going to have a different type of esports jersey this year as well, available for purchase.
So another great reason to go, you know, that that kid in your life that's hard to shop for Christmas, whether that's an old kid or a young kid. It sounds like that the vendor hall is going to have lots of possibilities for early holiday shopping. If you're crazy like I am, you like to get the jump on it, and you know, don't quite know what's popular for your niece or nephew, this might be a good opportunity to go find out.
Yeah.
So,
As I mentioned, over 400 different vendors, actually.
that's a lot of different vendors and a lot of opportunities. Well, I'm excited about MomoCon. And again, it's May 26th through 29th. So we're right there the weekend right before Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Day is Monday, and our event is Thursday to Sunday.
Perfect. Very good. Well, before I let you guys go, let our listeners know where they can go for more information on MomoCon.
Sure. You can check out MomoCon at www.momocon.com, or you can check out social media. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on TikTok, we are on Instagram. Come check us out.
Oh, and it's something I usually start with, but I'll go ahead and with this. So Momo, it means peach in Japanese. So MOMOCON.
PeachCon. I love it. That's perfect for Atlanta. I always wondered how you guys came up with that, and now we know.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that wraps this week's All About Real Estate. I'm sorry, that's wrong. That wraps this week's Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio's Around Atlanta edition. I'd like to thank Jessica Merriman and Chris Stuckey with MomoCon for coming on today and joining me in studio. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, I'm your host, Carol Morgan, and I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show, please go to iTunes and give us a positive rating and review. And you can sign up on iTunes or Stitcher or Spotify to download all of our latest shows. If you're interested in being on the show, reach out to me, Carol at denimmarketing.com. And thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing everybody here again for our next episode.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting atlantarealestateforum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.